Today we begin a journey, not across the sea or into the sky, but inside your own mind. Because your brain is not just a machine. It's a treasure chest, and most people never find the key. Think about it. We live in houses, we buy clothes, we clean our rooms, but we almost never learn how to clean, train, or use our brain. And yet, your brain is the one thing you carry everywhere, in every job, every dream, every moment. Maybe you've felt it before. That heavy fog in your head when you want to study but can't focus. Or the fear that freezes you when you try to speak English but the words run away. You are not broken. You are just locked. The truth is, your brain is waiting for you. It wants to grow, it wants to shine, it wants to work with you. But it has rules. Rules that nobody taught you in school. Rules that will change everything once you learn to use them. When you follow these rules, you won't just speak better English. You will think sharper, remember faster, and live with more energy. Your brain is not your enemy. It is your best friend. It only needs the right training. Imagine a soldier who never learned how to use his sword. He goes to battle empty-handed, and of course he loses. That's how many people live, fighting life without using the strongest weapon they already have. But what if you could unlock it? What if the words you need come naturally? What if your ideas flow like water? What if instead of fear, you feel calm and powerful when you speak? That is the life waiting for you. To begin, we must look honestly at where we are. Most people are stuck in habits that shrink their brain. Endless scrolling, empty entertainment, negative thinking. These are not harmless. They are thieves that steal your focus. You may think you are lazy or unlucky, but that's not the truth. The truth is, your brain has been trained the wrong way. The good news is, training can change. Your brain is not fixed. It is alive, and it can grow. So today we start small. No pressure, no fear. Only curiosity. Curiosity is the master key that opens the first door. Ask yourself, what could I become if I really learned how to use my brain? That question is your beginning. Don't worry about the end. Don't worry about the full journey. All great adventures begin with a single step. Today, your step is simple. Believe that your brain is not closed forever. The lock is there, but so is the key. And soon, we will start turning that key. Together, we will explore the rules that unlock your brain. And once the first light enters, you will never look at yourself the same way again. This is where the story truly begins. The first rule to unlock your brain is simple but powerful. Your brain grows when you use it, not when you hide it. Many people wait until they feel ready, but that day never comes. Growth happens in action, not in waiting. Think of a seed in the ground. If it stays buried, safe and quiet, it will never become a tree. It has to break through the soil, face the wind, and stretch toward the sun. Your brain is the same. It needs challenge to grow. Maybe you say, I'll speak English when I'm perfect. But perfection never comes. Your brain learns only when you speak now, mistakes included. Every wrong word is not a failure. It is water for your seed. It makes you stronger. Your brain is like a muscle. If you never use your arms, they grow weak. If you never test your mind, it becomes slow. But if you lift, push, and pull, your body grows. If you think, speak, and try, your brain grows. Fear is the biggest thief here. Fear whispers, don't try. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't fail. But here's the truth. The only true failure is doing nothing. Fear cannot live where action begins. Let's make it practical. Choose one small action today that stretches your brain. Speak 3 sentences in English out loud. Write 1 page of your thoughts. Read 1 new story. The size doesn't matter. The movement does. When you act, your brain wakes up. New connections spark inside, like tiny lights turning on in a dark room. Slowly the room becomes brighter. You start to see clearly. You start to feel confident. Do not expect instant magic. Growth is quiet. Like a plant, you don't see it changing every day, but under the soil, roots are forming. Each action you take builds a root. Soon, you'll see the leaves above the ground. Ask yourself, what small challenge can I accept today? It could be saying hello to a stranger in English. It could be reading one page of a book. Whatever it is, let it push you a little past comfort. Comfort feels safe, but it's a trap. Comfort keeps your brain asleep. Discomfort wakes it up. That's why learning feels hard sometimes. That hardness is proof you're alive, proof your brain is growing stronger. Remember this. Your brain does not care about perfect grammar, perfect words, or perfect timing. It only cares about practice. Practice is the food it eats. Without practice, it starves. With practice, it shines. So the first rule is this: use your brain or lose it. Do not wait for perfect. Begin today with what you have, where you are. Every step you take now will become the foundation for the power that waits inside you. The second rule to unlock your brain is this: what you feed it, it becomes. Just like your body grows from the food you eat, your brain grows from the information you consume. Junk in, junk out. Gold in, gold out. Most people don't realize this. They fill their minds with endless scrolling, gossip, fear, and noise. And then they wonder why their thoughts feel heavy, why they can't focus, why they feel stuck. The brain reflects its diet. Imagine two gardens. One is watered daily, with fresh seeds planted and weeds removed. The other is dry, full of thorns, never cared for. Which garden grows flowers? Which garden grows nothing but dust? Your brain is that garden. If you feed your brain inspiring ideas, strong words, and useful knowledge, it blooms. But if you feed it fear, anger, and endless distractions, weeds take over. The garden doesn't die, but it becomes wasted ground. So, what are you giving your brain today? Every video, every conversation, every book, every word is food. Ask yourself, is this food making me stronger or weaker? Brighter or darker? Free or trapped? Think about language. If you want English fluency, but you only fill your brain with content in your native tongue, what happens? Your brain becomes fat on one language, but starving in the other. You must feed it English daily. Start small. Replace one bad input with one good input. One YouTube video in English instead of a random one. One inspiring podcast instead of gossip. One page of a book instead of 20 minutes of scrolling. Don't underestimate small changes. Just like a single drop of water, repeated every day, can fill a glass. A single daily choice builds your brain. Soon, you will notice yourself speaking clearer, thinking sharper, living lighter. The brain is not just a machine. It is soil, and the seeds you plant today will be the trees that shade your life tomorrow. You cannot expect mangoes if you only plant thorns. Choose your seeds wisely. Ask yourself every night, what did I feed my brain today? Did I give it peace, knowledge, and power? Or did I give it fear, anger, and distraction? Be honest, because your future will answer this question, not your excuses. If you want a strong brain, feed it strong words. If you want a free brain, feed it free thoughts. If you want a growing brain, feed it growing knowledge. The brain never refuses a good meal. It just needs you to choose. So the second rule is this: protect your brain's diet. Garbage weakens it. Greatness strengthens it. Be careful what you watch, read, and listen to. Because your mind is a garden, and you are the only gardener. The third rule to unlock your brain is this: your focus decides your future. Your brain is powerful, but it cannot fight on 10 battlefields at once. Scatter your energy and you lose. Aim it like a laser and you win. Think about the sun. Its light is warm, but soft. You can walk under it without harm. But when that light passes through a magnifying glass, it burns paper in seconds. That is the power of focus. Ordinary energy becomes fire. Most people never focus. They try to do 5 things at the same time. Study while scrolling. Work while checking messages. Dream while complaining. The result is always the same. No progress, only exhaustion. Your brain hates chaos. It wants clear direction. When you give it one goal, it gathers all its power to help you. But when you give it 10 goals, it becomes confused, tired, and weak. Focus is fuel. Distraction is poison. If you want to learn English, then give it your focus, not your leftover attention. Don't watch 10 lessons while half asleep. Choose one video, one page, one exercise. Do it fully and watch your brain light up. Remember, quality is stronger than quantity. 10 minutes of pure focus beats 2 hours of half-distracted effort. It is not about time. It is about presence. A single sharp arrow flies farther than a bag of broken sticks. Here is a challenge. Next time you study, put your phone away. Close the extra tabs. Silence the noise. Give your brain one task. Watch how much more you understand. Watch how quickly your memory grows. At first, focus feels hard. Your brain is addicted to switching. But every time you pull it back, you are training it. Slowly, your brain becomes stronger, like a wild horse becoming trained to run in the right direction. Focus is not only for study, it is for life. Focus on one dream, and you move forward. Focus on one relationship, and it grows. Focus on one change, and it becomes real. Without focus, nothing solid ever stands. Ask yourself today, where's my focus? Is it on building or on wasting? Is it on growth or on gossip? Your brain cannot serve 2 masters. It will follow the loudest voice you give it. Choose wisely. A distracted brain is like a leaking bucket. No matter how much water you pour in, it never fills. But a focused brain is like a sharp blade. It cuts through obstacles and opens the way. So the third rule is this: master your focus. Guard it like treasure. Give your brain one mission at a time. And when your focus becomes fire, no wall will be strong enough to stop you. The fourth rule to unlock your brain is this: rest is power, not weakness. Many people believe success comes from working nonstop, but the truth is your brain is like a battery. If you never recharge it, it shuts down. Think of your phone. Even the best phone is useless when the battery is empty. Your brain is the same. If you study, work, and worry without pause, your energy runs out. Then you lose focus, memory, and even motivation. Most people make 2 mistakes. They either rest too much and never start, or they never rest at all and burn out. True growth comes from balance, the dance between action and recovery, effort and pause. Science shows your brain cleans itself while you sleep. It removes waste, repairs cells, and organizes memories. That's why problems seem smaller after rest, and why ideas often come after a good night's sleep. But rest is not only about sleep. It is also about silence. 5 minutes of calm breathing. A short walk without your phone. A cup of tea where you only taste and notice. These small breaks refresh your brain deeply. Think of musicians. The beauty of music is not only in the notes, but in the pauses. If there is no space, the song becomes noise. Your brain also needs pauses. Without them, life becomes noise too. When you rest with intention, your brain grows stronger. It is like sharpening a knife. You don't make it dull by pausing. You make it ready to cut better. Rest is not quitting. Rest is preparation for the next strike. Ask yourself, how do I rest? Do I scroll mindlessly, or do I recharge with purpose? There is a big difference. Empty distraction leaves you tired. True rest leaves you lighter, calmer, and sharper. If you want to learn faster, add breaks. Study for 25 minutes, then pause for 5. Walk, stretch, or close your eyes. When you return, your focus will be brighter. Your brain learns more in cycles than in long marathons. Never feel guilty for resting. Rest is not wasted time. It is investment. It is like watering a plant. Without water, the plant dies. Without rest, your brain dries up and your dreams fade away. So don't see rest as a reward only after work. See it as part of the work itself. Rest is the hidden half of achievement. Without it, even the strongest brain cannot keep going. So the fourth rule is this: respect your rest. Protect your sleep. Take short pauses. Give your brain the silence it needs. Because when you rest wisely, you don't fall behind. You prepare to leap ahead. The fifth rule to unlock your brain is this: movement creates energy. Most people think learning happens only by sitting still, staring at books or screens. But the truth is, your brain was designed for motion, not for cages. Imagine your ancestors long ago. They didn't learn in classrooms. They learned while walking, hunting, running, and building fires. Their brains grew strong through movement. Even today, your body carries that same design. When you sit too long, your energy drops, your focus weakens, and your mood sinks. You feel heavy and tired even if you didn't work hard. That's because your brain is begging for oxygen, for circulation, for action. Every time you move, walking, stretching, dancing, even cleaning, your blood flows faster. That blood carries oxygen and nutrients to your brain. And suddenly, you think sharper, remember better, and feel more alive. Think of a river. When it flows, it stays clear and fresh. When it stands still, it becomes dirty and heavy. Your brain is the same. Movement keeps it flowing. Stillness too long makes it cloudy and slow. If you want to unlock your brain for English learning, don't just sit with a notebook. Try walking while listening to a podcast. Try standing up while repeating new words. Let your body and your brain work together. Scientists discovered something called exercise-induced neurogenesis. That means new brain cells actually grow when you move regularly. Imagine that. Your brain can literally create new power when you use your body. You don't need a gym membership. 10 minutes of walking outside, a little stretching in your room, or even dancing to one song can change how your brain feels. Small moves bring big sparks inside your mind. Have you noticed that good ideas often come in the shower, during a walk, or while moving around? That's not magic. That's your brain working better because your body was in motion. Creativity loves movement. So here's a small challenge. Every day, add at least one movement break. When you feel stuck, don't scroll your phone. Stand up, stretch, shake your shoulders, walk around. Then return and notice how much easier it feels. Your brain is not separate from your body. They are partners. If your body is asleep, your brain is weak. If your body is alive, your brain is unstoppable. Movement is not wasted time. It is the switch that powers your mind. So the fifth rule is this: keep moving to keep learning. Use your legs, arms, and breath to wake your brain. Because energy doesn't come from waiting. Energy comes from action. And when your body moves, your mind shines. The sixth rule to unlock your brain is this: questions open doors. Most people think answers make you smart, but in truth, the real power of your brain begins with asking the right questions. Curiosity is the engine of growth. Think about children. They ask 1,000 questions every day. Why is the sky blue? Why do birds fly? Why can't I eat ice cream for breakfast? Annoying sometimes, yes, but powerful. That's how their brains grow so fast. As we grow older, society tells us to stop asking and just follow. Teachers give answers, bosses give orders, and we stop wondering. Slowly, our curiosity fades, and with it, the brightness of our mind begins to dim. But your brain is a natural explorer. When you ask a question, it starts searching for answers, making new connections, and building new pathways. Each question is like a key that opens a new room inside your mind. Think about learning English. If you only memorize words, you forget them. But if you ask, how can I use this word in my daily life? How do native speakers really say this? Suddenly the word becomes alive in your brain. The smartest scientists, inventors, and leaders were not the ones with the most answers. They were the ones who never stopped asking questions. Einstein once said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." Questions are powerful because they change your focus. If you ask yourself, "Why am I so bad at this?" your brain will find reasons to agree. But if you ask, "How can I improve just a little today?" your brain finds solutions. You can train this skill. Every morning, write down one question for your brain. Simple ones like, "What is one new word I can learn today?" Or, "How can I be 1% better?" Let your brain search all day. And every night, ask again, "What did I learn today? What made me stronger? What mistake taught me something?" Your brain will quietly organize these answers while you sleep, making tomorrow sharper. Don't be afraid of stupid questions. The only stupid question is the one you never ask. Even simple questions can spark big ideas. Remember, the light bulb, airplanes, computers, all began with one curious what if. So here's your challenge. Start noticing your questions. Replace negative ones with useful ones. Stop asking, "Why me?" Start asking, "What now?" Stop asking, "What if I fail?" Start asking, "What if I grow?" So the sixth rule is this: never kill your curiosity. Ask more. Ask better. Ask bravely. Because every question you plant becomes a path, and every path you follow unlocks a new part of your brain. The seventh rule to unlock your brain is this: repetition builds power. Most people think they need new tricks every day, but the brain doesn't grow from random sparks. It grows from steady fire. That fire is repetition. Think about learning to walk as a baby. You didn't stand up once and succeed. You fell hundreds of times. You cried. You tried again. You stumbled, but you repeated. And one day, without even noticing, you were walking. Your brain learns the same way at every age. One word spoken once is forgotten. One phrase written once disappears. But words you hear, read, and speak again and again begin to carve deep paths in your memory. Imagine walking through tall grass. The first time is hard. The path disappears quickly. But if you walk the same line every day, soon a clear trail appears. That is what repetition does in your brain. It makes a road. Many learners chase too many things. They study a word today, another tomorrow, then forget both. But the wise learner repeats the same small set until it feels natural. Then they add more. Slow but strong. Repetition is not boring when you see it as training. A musician repeats scales. An athlete repeats drills. A speaker repeats lines. They do it not because they are weak, but because they know mastery lives in practice. Your brain loves patterns. When it sees the same sound, the same sentence, the same rhythm many times, it starts predicting what comes next. And prediction is the secret power of fluency. It makes language automatic. Here's the danger. Repetition works both ways. If you repeat fear, excuses, or negative thoughts, your brain builds those too. That's why you must choose carefully what you repeat. Because your brain believes patterns. Start small. Pick 5 English sentences you love. Say them every morning for 1 week. By day 7, you won't even think. Your tongue will move on its own. That is the gift repetition gives. Effort becomes effortless. Repetition also kills fear. The first time you speak, your heart races. The second time, still nervous. By the 10th time, it feels normal. By the 100th, you forget you were ever afraid. Fear cannot survive practice. So don't search for magic shortcuts. Don't wait for perfect memory. Repeat instead. Every day, repeat what matters. Every day, return to the basics. Every day, walk the path until it becomes your road. So the 7th rule is this: build your brain with repetition. Repeat the words, the actions, the habits you want to own. Because what you do once is nothing, but what you do every day becomes who you are. The 8th rule to unlock your brain is this: emotion is memory's glue. You don't remember every day of your life, but you remember the day you laughed until you cried, or the day your heart broke. Why? Because emotion locked it in. Think of a song. You might forget the words of a lesson, but you remember lyrics you sang years ago because they carried feelings. Your brain doesn't just store facts like a computer. It connects them to how you felt at that moment. This is why boring study never works well. If you sit with dry lists of words, your brain says, no emotion, no value, and quickly throws them away. But if you laugh at a funny sentence or feel inspired by a story, it sticks. Your brain is like a teacher that asks, does this matter? If the answer is no, it throws it in the trash. If the answer is yes, because it made you feel happy, surprised, or even nervous, it saves it forever. Think of your own memories. Do you remember every breakfast you ever ate? No. But maybe you remember one special morning with a friend, or the smell of bread when you were a child, because the moment carried emotion. So how can you use this? Make learning emotional. Don't just read words. Act them out. Don't just listen passively. Feel the story. If a phrase makes you smile, repeat it. If a word feels powerful, say it with strength. When you attach feelings to English, it stops being homework and becomes part of your life. For example, instead of reading, "The sun is shining," go outside, feel the warmth, and say it out loud. Connect word and feeling. Even mistakes can help. If you make a funny mistake and laugh, your brain remembers it better than a perfect answer. Emotion does not care if the feeling is joy or embarrassment. Both will lock the lesson into memory. This is also why teachers who inspire stay in our minds. You don't remember every detail of their lessons, but you remember how they made you feel. That feeling becomes a bridge that carries the knowledge across time. Here's a small exercise. When you learn a new word, give it an emotion. If the word is victory, shout it like you just won a race. If the word is sad, say it with a low voice. The more you feel it, the more you keep it. So don't be afraid to feel silly. Don't hide your emotions when learning. Smile, laugh, frown, act, sing. Your brain doesn't care if you look strange. It cares that you feel something. Because emotion is the glue of memory. So the 8th rule is this: learn with emotion, not just logic. Turn your lessons into experiences. Let feelings paint the words in bright colors. Because the more emotion you add, the stronger your brain will hold on. The 9th rule to unlock your brain is this: your words shape your world. Many people don't notice how they talk to themselves. But the truth is, the sentences you repeat in your head become the walls or the wings of your life. Think about it. If every morning you tell yourself, "I'm stupid, I can't do this," your brain begins to believe it. Slowly, it closes doors, refuses challenges, and hides from opportunities. Negative words are heavy chains. But if you say, I can try, I can grow, I can learn, your brain begins to open. It doesn't mean you become perfect instantly. It means you give your mind permission to move forward instead of staying stuck. Positive words are keys. Have you ever noticed how athletes talk to themselves? Before running, they say, I am fast. I am strong. I will win. They are not lying. They are training their brains. Because the brain listens to repeated words more than to truth. Your brain is like a child. If you keep telling a child, you are useless, they shrink. If you say, you are capable, they grow. The same is true inside you. Your inner words either shrink or stretch your brain. This matters deeply for English learners. If you keep saying, my English is terrible, I can't speak, people laugh at me, your brain obeys. But if you say, I am learning, I am improving, I can speak, your brain follows too. Words are not just sounds. They carry energy. They create images in your mind. If you say, I'm failing, you see a dark picture. If you say, I'm learning, you see a brighter one. Your brain works with these pictures. Start small. Each morning, choose 3 sentences and repeat them out loud. For example, I am learning English every day. My brain is strong. Mistakes are my teachers. Say them with energy, not lazily. Make your brain hear them. At first, it feels strange, maybe even fake. But repetition turns it real. Remember, your brain doesn't care if it's true or false at the beginning. It cares that you repeat it. Over time, it accepts the words as identity. But be careful. The same rule works with negative language. If you keep saying, I'm lazy, I'm unlucky, I'm weak, your brain will build that as your reality. That's why you must guard your words like treasure. So here is your challenge. Notice your self-talk today. Every time you hear yourself say, I can't, change it to, I'm learning. Every time you hear, I'm bad at this, change it to, I'm improving. Rewrite the story. So the 9th rule is this: speak life into your brain. Choose words that open doors, not words that build prisons. Because what you say again and again, your brain believes. And what your brain believes, your life becomes. The 10th rule to unlock your brain is this: environment shapes energy. You may think your brain is only inside your head, but in truth, it is also shaped by the people, places, and things around you every single day. Imagine trying to grow a flower in a dark basement. No sun, no fresh air, no space. Even if the seed is perfect, it struggles. But plant the same seed in a garden, with light and water, and it blooms. Your brain is that seed. Look around your life. Who do you spend time with? What voices do you hear? What spaces do you sit in? These are not small details. They are the soil where your brain grows. Good soil builds strength. Bad soil poisons it. If you sit in noisy chaos all day, your brain becomes restless. If you sit in endless distraction, your focus disappears. But if you create a clean, calm space, your brain finds clarity. Your environment whispers to your mind. The same is true with people. If your friends laugh at your dreams, doubt your English, and pull you down, your brain becomes heavy. But if your circle supports you, challenges you, and believes in you, your brain rises higher. You don't always need to change your friends or family, but you can choose who you listen to. If no one around you is positive, fill your ears with podcasts, stories, and voices that lift you instead of break you. Even small changes matter. A desk without clutter, a phone without toxic notifications, a wall with one inspiring picture. Each detail is like sunlight for your brain, telling it, This is a place to grow. Have you noticed how different you feel in a library compared to a noisy cafe? The library whispers focus. The cafe shouts distraction. Your brain listens without you even noticing. That is the invisible power of environment. This is especially true when learning English. If your room is filled with your native language only, your brain stays in that mode. But if you put English words on sticky notes, listen to English voices, and see English books, it shifts. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Create them. Light a candle before study. Play soft music without lyrics. Keep water by your desk. These small rituals signal to your brain. Now is the time to focus. Now is the time to grow. So here's your challenge. Today, change one thing in your environment to support your brain. Clean your desk, add an English note on your wall, or sit somewhere quiet. Notice how quickly your focus becomes sharper. So the 10th rule is this: shape your space to shape your brain. Choose people, places, and habits that lift you higher. Because your environment is not just outside you, it is the air your brain breathes. The 11th rule to unlock your brain is this: mistakes are your teachers. Most people fear mistakes, but in truth, they are the very lessons your brain uses to grow. Without mistakes, learning is impossible. Think of a baby learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times. But no one says, "What a failure." Everyone claps and smiles. Why? Because each fall teaches balance. Each stumble brings strength. The baby learns by failing. Now think about yourself. When you speak English and make a mistake, do you punish yourself? Do you feel shame? That is the trap. Your brain wants to learn, but your fear locks it. Mistakes are not walls. They are doors. Inside your brain, every mistake creates new signals. The brain says, "Oh, not this path. Let's try another." Slowly, your mind maps the right way. Without wrong turns, it cannot find the right one. Failure is feedback. Imagine you are drawing a map of a city. If you take only the main road, you know little. But if you get lost a few times, you discover side streets, shortcuts, and hidden corners. Your brain builds this same map with errors. The problem is not mistakes. The problem is avoiding them. Many learners stay silent, never speaking, because they are afraid of being wrong. But silence teaches nothing. Speaking with mistakes teaches everything. Think about your own memories. Do you remember the times you were perfect? Probably not. But you remember when you made a funny or painful error. And that memory still helps you today. Mistakes are sticky lessons. The greatest inventors failed more than anyone. Thomas Edison said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each mistake was a step to the light bulb. Without mistakes, he would still be in the dark. So how can you use this? Change the way you talk about errors. Don't say, "I failed." Say, "I learned." Don't say, "I'm stupid." Say, "This is my teacher." Let every mistake give you a gift instead of a wound. Try this exercise. Every night, write down one mistake you made that day. Then, write the lesson it taught you. Soon, you will see that mistakes are not enemies. They are coaches pushing you forward. Your brain grows strongest when it stretches. And stretching always includes mistakes. The more you try, the more you fail, the more your brain builds power. Safe is weak. Mistakes are strength. So the 11th rule is this: respect your mistakes. Welcome them, learn from them, and thank them. Because each wrong word, each error, each stumble is not the end. It is the bridge that carries your brain to success. The 12th rule to unlock your brain is this: discipline beats motivation. Many people wait for the right mood before they study, work, or practice. But the truth is, moods come and go. Discipline stays. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't ask yourself every morning, Am I motivated? You simply do it. Why? Because it's a habit. That's the power of discipline. It makes actions automatic, even when your feelings are weak. Your brain loves habits. When you repeat something often enough, the brain saves energy by turning it into a routine. That means you no longer fight with yourself. You simply act. Discipline is freedom, not prison. Motivation is like fireworks, bright but short. It excites you for a moment, then disappears. Discipline is like the sun. It rises every day, steady, reliable, and powerful. If you want lasting growth, choose the sun. This is why many learners quit. They feel excited for a week, then the excitement dies, and so does their practice. But the learners who succeed are not the ones with the strongest motivation. They are the ones with the strongest discipline. Think of great athletes. They don't train only on good days. They train when it rains, when they are tired, when no one is watching. Their success does not come from feelings. It comes from discipline, from showing up every time. You can build discipline by starting small. Don't promise yourself hours of study if you can't keep it. Promise 10 minutes a day and do it. Soon, 10 becomes 20, and 20 becomes 1 hour. Growth comes from consistency. Here's the secret. Discipline also builds confidence. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your brain learns to trust you. You stop saying, maybe tomorrow, and start saying, I will. That trust becomes inner strength. But discipline doesn't mean being hard on yourself. It means being steady. Even if you miss one day, you return the next. You don't quit. You don't punish yourself. You keep walking forward, step by step, without drama. Try this. Create a simple rule. For example, every morning, I will say one sentence in English. Small, easy, repeatable. Your brain will soon expect it, like brushing teeth. From this seed, discipline grows. The truth is, discipline is love. Love for your future self. Love for your dreams. Love for the person you are becoming. It is not about control. It is about care. You choose to act, not because it is easy, but because you value yourself. So the 12th rule is this: don't wait for motivation. Build discipline. Let your brain learn to act, not argue. Because in the end, motivation starts the journey, but discipline carries you all the way home. The 13th rule to unlock your brain is this: teach to learn. Most people think learning ends when you understand something. But the deepest learning begins when you explain it to someone else. Teaching locks knowledge inside you. Think about it. When you try to teach, you must organize your thoughts. You must find simple words, clear steps, and good examples. Your brain works harder, connecting ideas more strongly. That's why teachers often learn more than students. Have you ever explained something to a friend and suddenly realized you understood it better yourself? That's the magic of teaching. The act of sharing forces your brain to polish the idea until it shines. You don't need a classroom or students. You can teach in small ways. Pretend to explain a new English word to your mirror. Write a short post teaching one grammar point. Tell a friend how to say a phrase correctly. Even teaching yourself counts. When you repeat knowledge out loud, as if you are the teacher, your brain shifts from I think I know to I can show it. That shift makes the knowledge more permanent. This works for all areas of life. If you read a book, don't just close it. Teach the main idea to someone. If you watch a video, don't just like it. Retell the lesson in your own words. Sharing doubles your learning. Your brain also loves the feeling of contribution. When you help others grow, your emotions rise. Remember the earlier rule? Emotion glues memory. That means teaching not only clarifies knowledge, it also strengthens memory. Think about your English journey. Imagine you learned 10 new words this week. If you keep them only in your notebook, you'll forget. But if you explain them to a classmate or even your younger brother, you'll remember them for years. Don't worry if you're not perfect. You don't need to be an expert. In fact, teaching while still learning is powerful because you explain in simple language, not complicated words. Simple language is easier for both you and others. Start with a daily habit. After learning something, ask yourself, how would I teach this? Say it aloud. Write it down. Post it online. The more you share, the more your brain understands that you own this knowledge. Teaching also destroys fear. When you share, you move from, I'm just a learner, to, I have something to give. That change in identity makes you braver. And bravery opens even more doors in your brain. So the 13th rule is this: learn by teaching. Don't hide what you know. Share it. Explain it. Pass it on. Because when you teach, you don't lose knowledge, you double it. And your brain becomes sharper with every word you give. The 14th and 15th rules to unlock your brain come together like two wings. Alone, they are strong, but together, they lift you higher. They are connection and purpose. Your brain is not built to live alone. It grows through people and meaning. The 14th rule is connection. Your brain becomes brighter when it touches other minds. Conversation stretches it, friendship warms it, community supports it. A brain locked in isolation becomes dry. A brain in connection becomes alive. Think about language again. You can study English alone for years, but the moment you speak with someone, your brain wakes up. Real connection makes knowledge practical. Words jump from paper to life when shared in conversation. Connection also protects you. When you feel weak, your friends remind you of your strength. When you forget, they remind you of your dreams. No brain unlocks its full power in silence. Growth is always louder when shared. The 15th rule is purpose. Your brain is not satisfied with survival. It wants meaning. Without purpose, even success feels empty. With purpose, even small struggles feel valuable. Purpose is the North Star of your mind. Ask yourself, why do I want to grow? Why do I want to learn English? Why do I want to unlock my brain? If your answer is clear, your brain will push through storms. If your answer is missing, even small wins will stop you. Purpose gives discipline strength. It gives repetition joy. It gives mistakes meaning. Without it, the rules are tools with no direction. With it, every rule becomes a path leading somewhere important. Look at history. The people who changed the world were not always the smartest. They were the ones with a reason bigger than themselves. Their purpose turned ordinary brains into extraordinary engines. So today, connect and ask why. Talk with others, share your learning, find your community. Then listen inside and choose your purpose. Maybe it's to give your family a better future, to travel, to teach, or simply to be free. Your brain unlocks fully when it belongs and when it believes. Belongs to people who lift you. Believes in a purpose that drives you. Together, these two wings will carry you farther than you ever thought possible. And now, my friend, you know the 15 rules. They are not secrets. They are choices. Each rule is waiting for you to use it, today, tomorrow, every day. Don't just listen. Live them. Train your brain. Shape your world. If this journey inspired you, if you felt growth inside you, then stay with us. Subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Because the world needs more people with unlocked brains, and your journey has just begun.